Hello everybody, welcome back to another educational bird video to teach you how to care better for your birds. One of the most requested videos that I usually get is how do I tame my bird? How do I get them to step up? How do I get them to trust me and bond with me? And I've made videos in the past about this, but I think I'm just going to remake the video and kind of just put it all into one big bundle of an explanation. The first thing I am going to mention is the fact that a lot of people try and rush the situation, and that is probably the biggest mistake that you are making and why you haven't gained your bird's trust yet. It's really exciting to get a new bird, and I know that a lot of people, when they get a new bird, they want it to be like when they see in the videos where, the bird is like all cute and cuddling with them. You're like, oh my god, I want that like right now. Hold your horses. You cannot do that immediately. People who have those videos is because they've had their bird for a while and they have a very strong bond with them. You're not there yet. There's little steps to everything that you need to take, and you need to be patient about it. So how do you get from point A to point D, let's say? Because there are a few steps involved and some time with it. So step one, we're gonna start right here, is that when you get a new bird, the first 2 weeks are critical. First 2 weeks is when they are still getting to know you, getting to know their new environment, getting to know their new cage. Everything is new to them. This can be so scary. They're still, whatever age you got them, whether they are a rescue, whether they are a baby, this is all brand new. So you need to understand that and respect that. So because of this, the first 2 weeks are crucial for you to be around them majority of the day without forcing your hand or touching them. And yeah, I know for a lot of us that can be really hard because you just want to snuggle them and you just want to grab them and kiss them and bond with them, but that's not it yet. So for the first 2 weeks, you're just going to be there. You're just going to be near them. You're going to be in the same room. You're going to talk to them. You're going to be like, don't be scared to communicate with them. Talk to them, be like, hey, how are you? Introduce yourself, talk about the day, anything like that. And this way they're going to get familiar with your presence, with your voice. They're going to be able to kind of map out the room that you have for them. They're going to be able to explore their cage. Just everything has to be at their pace, not yours. Let me repeat that. Bonding with them is at their pace, not yours. So don't force it. And it is so important that the environment and yourself are calm and soft. So when you do speak to them, don't speak to them in a harsh tone like this, as if you're like scolding them. Speak to them softly. Be like, hi, how are you? You look beautiful today. Birds love being complimented. Tell them how pretty they are, how welcome to your new home. I'm so excited to have you. You're safe here. They understand you. Birds are so incredibly smart. It's just that they're scared and they're shy right now. If you make any fast movements or, you're like suddenly running or anything, this can to them be a sign of danger. And they're going to be like, whoa, 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 no, don't get near me, I feel like you're going to attack me, okay? So you need to have very slow movements, move slowly, try not to rearrange your room or move things around too much, just be patient. You can even try playing, some nice Disney movies for them or soft, melodic music. Anything like that would work. So after we're out for our first 2 weeks, and let me just tell you, every bird has a different time frame. So 2 weeks is like kind of like the general time frame. Some birds will bond much quicker than this, and some will take longer than 2 weeks for them to start to trust you. But you have to be very ready and willing to read their body language. Their body language is key to knowing what is going to be going on with them. So with their body language, it's important to understand a few different things. If they are comfortable with you, they will come to the cage, they'll, come close to you, kind of let me out kind of like feeling. They'll be fluffed up, they'll be preening, they'll be comfortable eating, maybe they'll squawk back at you. This means that they're comfortable. If their body language is tall, their feathers are tucked in, and they're alert, this is alert, this is scared, this is I don't know where I am, I don't trust anybody, I am very cautious that something bad is going to happen to me. If they are kind of like bending forward like this, opening their mouth and hissing or growling or something like that, or kind of like throwing themselves like this means back away, I'm gonna bite you, I'm gonna attack you, I do not trust you right now. So it is so important to understand these languages, which there's tons of body languages for birds, and I have a whole video for that, but these are the key 3 body languages to understanding at what stage you are with getting to know your bird. So if you guys are at the, alert stage or the get away from me stage, probably don't get your hand near them. Probably don't try and, go to the next step. Just keep trying, keep being patient. Just let them keep getting to know you. It will come. It will eventually come. But if you are at the comfortable stage, then you can go to step number 2, which is opening up the cage and offering them some treats. Don't just shove your hand right into their space and be like, here, have it, and shove it in their face. Keep it at the door and offer them some treats and let them come to you. Now, they may not come the first time, the first day, the first few days, or they might. Like I said, every bird goes at a different pace. So you can try offering them every single day, some millet, some walnuts, some just various treats, something that they usually don't have in their food bowl or their water bowl that they're currently having that they might be interested in. You can even offer them like a piece of spinach, like just literally anything that is new to them. And they will be intrigued and they might come. And if they eat from your hand, and I don't mean from the palm of your hand, I mean you're offering something that is a little bit distant, then this means that they will start to understand and associate your hand with something positive. So they're not going to see your hand as a threat, or you're going to grab them, or you're going to do harm to them. They're going to see your hand as something that gives good things. Food. Everybody loves food. So this method allows them to begin to trust you. Now, if they are eating from your hand, do not rush anything. Do not try and grab them. Do not try and get them to step up. Do not try and force them or get closer to them. Just sit there and just allow them to continue eating, and do this for a little bit longer. And then afterwards, you can move to step 3. Which is getting them to eat out of the palm of your hand. Because now, once you start to get a feel for that they're getting comfortable with you, then you can start trying to offer from the palm of your hand. Now, from the palm of your hand, you can put, some nuts there, some seeds as treats, just anything that you think that they will enjoy, and get them to start eating out of the palm of your hand. Now, don't move your hand, don't try and go like this, don't do movements like this. Keep it very still. Unless they are telling you with their body language, back off, I am not comfortable, then you can move your hand away, but not towards them. Don't try and pet them. Do not try and do or force any of this, because this is not going to end well, and they are, working on trusting you. And if you do any of this, then they're going to be like, okay, you know what, I don't trust you anymore. And then you're going to have to go back to step 1. So at this stage, it is possible that they might step onto your hand to continue eating, or they might just step at the door and eat from your hand very cautiously. Either way, whatever they do, do not just go, haha, they're on my hand, now they are mine. Don't do this. Just let them eat. Let them continue to get comfortable with your hand, and do this for a few more days. Now, something that I find that helps a lot with getting your bird to trust and continue to bond with you is opening the cage door and allowing them to explore. Now, a lot of people are very scared and worried about this, and therefore I do recommend that you watch my video about making whatever room you have them in safe for them to navigate. And I actually recommend landing spots for them. So if you guys have seen my room tour and how I have my room set up, I have from the ceiling hanging some like ropes and some, swings, just places for when if they decide to fly around, that they can land on and that they're not freaking out and they don't know where to go. So whether they decide to just come out of their cage and sit at the top, or they decide to fly around, either way, this means that they're starting to feel more comfortable. And you have to allow them to have out of cage time. Having a bird is not a decoration that you keep them in a cage or you keep them locked as if it was a prison. Having a bird means that you are going to be spending tons of time with them, and they're going to be spending tons of time outside of their cage, because their cage is more like a room. So imagine if you were locked in your room for the rest of your life and you couldn't get out. You know, sometimes even introverts like me need to go downstairs to the kitchen or just take a little stroll around the house, and that is what your bird kind of needs. Birds are extremely social and they require these things in order to be happy and continue to bond. Now, if they do come out of their cage and they stand at the top of the cage, again, don't try and grab them. Don't try and force yourself. You can continue to offer them treats. You can just continue to talk to them. Whatever you are kind of sensing that they are feeling most comfortable with. And again, be reading their body language. You as well want to make sure that the cage that you have them in is the adequate size for them specifically. You have good toys, you have good food like pellets and water, and as well you're offering them chop in the morning. But one of the things that I found that really helped to get them comfortable with coming out of their cage and feeling comfortable with the space around them and myself was I put their food bowls on top of their cage. Now, usually it's not recommended that you have a rounded cage, more a square or rectangle like type cage. So I would put it at the top. That way they would come out and they would come and eat at the top. And for some reason, I found that this actually made them more comfortable with the area and just being out and being around me. Now, again, don't do this at stage 1 or 2. Do this once they're starting to feel more comfortable. You're seeing that they're coming out, they're feeling comfortable. And this is usually how I have things for me personally. I know some people, you know, will feel more comfortable keeping their bird's food inside, but personally, I found that this was an amazing method for getting them to trust you. Birds as well will sense a bad versus a good environment. So if the environment is rowdy, loud, there's a lot of arguing, there's a lot of toxicity, they're gonna sense that and they are not going to want to come out. They're going to also sense a bad environment in the sense of the room you put them in. There's no windows, there's no fresh air, there's no adequate air circulation. The room is really messy and there's just stuff everywhere. They're gonna be kind of like, I don't know about this. You need a good place for them. You need a room with lots of sunshine coming in, big windows. You need a place where it's relatively spacious for them to explore and have around, and a place where it's not going to be an issue if they make a mess, because birds, does not matter what you do, are going to be messy and they are going to poop. So whether you potty train them and you watch a potty training video, it's not 100%. They are going to poop around everywhere. So you have to be ready to have that, whether you're sharing them in their room, you have a bird room, whatever it is. For me, pretty much 90% of my room is theirs, and I'm completely fine with that, because that is just something that you have to modify in your lifestyle to be able to own a bird. Because like I've said, owning a bird is not for everybody, and a lot of people don't really drill that in their head, and they think, oh no, I can own a bird, like a bird is easy. And then, you know, people get a bird and the bird is not what they expected because they saw a 10-second video on Instagram, and then they get rehomed. And that is extremely saddening, because why does that have to happen? There's no reason it should be happening. Because if you did your research and you actually selflessly thought to yourself, am I good fit for this bird, then this would not be happening. And birds are a long-term commitment. They are not a 5-year, 10-year long pet that you're gonna have. Some can live up to 90 years. So depending what type of pair you have, either way, they're gonna have a long lifespan, and you're going to have to be ready to modify your entire life around them, because they are wild animals. They are not domesticated like dogs or cats, and they are going to have wild instincts, and they're gonna have moods, and they're gonna bite, and it's going to be difficult, and that is what you're signing up for. Got a little off topic there with my little rant, but going back to the next stage, which is actually getting them to step up on your hand. Now, there's two methods that There's two methods that usually people use, either the clicker method or you can use my method. I don't care which one it is, whatever works. Now, the clicker method is the method where you have a treat and every single time they either put their foot on top of you, you click like that. So they associate a click with stepping up, and you use the word step up every single time. I'm not the biggest fan of this method because I don't feel like this actually forms an actual bond, more just like a psychological association. And I believe birds are much smarter than that, than to have to condition them to step up. Now, I want them to step up because they trust me. So if your bird is feeling comfortable with your hands being near them, with you being near them, then what I would try is very slowly approaching with your finger, and again, read their body language, see how they're feeling, and just let them just every single day, just bring your finger a little closer and see how they're feeling. So they're getting comfortable with your hand. Remember about the feeding, but this time you don't have food in your hand, or you can, depending, whatever you want. You can have maybe like a millet. Sometimes it does help if you do have like a treat in your hand, and you're bringing it closer to them, get them to eat it, and then kind of tuck underneath their belly and push up a little and say step up. Now they might not step up the first time, or the second, or the third, or the fourth, or they might just get on your finger and just enjoy it. Just let them like that. Don't take them away from their cage. Don't pull them away. Don't make a fast movement. Don't try and put them on your hand. Don't try and like pet them or anything. Just let them be on your finger. Okay, let them feel comfortable, and every single day you can progress more and more and keep practicing this. Now, keep in mind, just because you succeeded one day does not mean that every single day they are going to step up. There are going to be days where they are going to be moody and suddenly they're like not wanting to even be near you, and you're going to think you did something wrong. You didn't do anything wrong. Birds are just moody creatures who like to change whatever they're feeling literally every 2 seconds. So please don't take it personally and don't give up. Continue to try and continue to, again, read their body language, see how they're feeling, see if they are up for, a bonding exercise or if they're not. Bonding with the bird requires a lot of love, respect, and a lot of time. So if you are someone who's rarely at home, don't be surprised if your bird is not bonding to you. You need to be home a lot. A bird is not for people who have an active social life or they have a work schedule that's very busy. You need to be kind of stay at home, work from home, or at least just a few hours kind of thing. If you're not around, your bird is gonna kind of be like, you're a stranger to me. I don't know who you are. They are going to require you to be at home a lot, and they're gonna require you to take that time to bond with them and be around them. I've also made a video about why birds are like 2-year-old toddlers, and so think about it that way, that you would not leave your toddler alone the whole day. You are pretty much gonna have to be with them, helping them, keep them entertained and keep them happy, and it's a lot of work. It really is, and people just don't seem to comprehend that. And if you are willing to do this and you fit all the criteria for this, then I promise you are going to have an incredibly strong bond. I know a lot of people watch my videos and they see how strong my bond is with my birds, and that is because I have put all this time and effort to be around them. I literally am home all day. They are my entire life. I work from home, and that is why I'm able to be around them. It doesn't mean you have to be at home every single day and you need to enslave yourself to your house. Sometimes I leave for a few hours at the day and I come back, and that's fine. Like, you don't need to be enslaved into your home. You can leave for a few hours. I find that sometimes your bird actually needs some alone time as well, and they just need to kind of just chill by themselves. But this is not something you're going to do in the first weeks of bonding experience. This is after you are well bonded with them and they're going to trust that you're gonna come back. So that was pretty much the video on how you were able to tame, bond, gain a bird's trust, and get them to step up. Kind of meshed it up into one big video in different little stages that you guys have to take, and I hope I was able to break it down well enough for you guys, because I do get so many DMs asking me, how do I get my bird to trust me? And people just don't understand that it takes so much time sometimes. Not every bird is the same. Kiwi and Mango bonded immediately with me. Lusa was kind of an on and off situation, but it was pretty quick. And Telia, my cockatiel, who I actually got tattooed recently on me, the one that you guys could see in my earlier videos, she took 8 months, but that's because she was a rescue. So just keep in mind, every single bird is different. Don't compare it to other birds, and you can't compare it to other people's experiences and expect it to be the same. But I'm telling you from my various experiences and years of experience of having birds, that's kind of what you're going to be expecting. So make sure to like this video, hit subscribe if you want to see more of us. Check out our social media links down below. And I really do hope this video helped to explain and help you guys, and I really hope your bonding process goes well. If you guys do have any other questions, don't feel free to DM me on my Instagram, and I will be very quick to respond to your DMs and help you in the best way possible if this explanation was a little confusing in any way. And I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.